This is the Life is Easy, Life is Good video blog, and this is video number 27. So, last week we talked about how all goodness and all blessings are specifically meant for us to enjoy. And I just related that to how when you go shopping for somebody to just make them realize how special they are to you, you are specifically trying to find the right gift that you know that they would like. And so that's how life is towards us, or that's how our Creator is towards us, is that when something good happens to us, anything, whether you're hitting all green lights on the way to work and you're running behind and you get there just right in time, or whether something that you've been wanting or desiring or just waiting for a long time just finally happens and you're pleasantly surprised by it, or maybe you meet somebody and you guys are just clicking back and forth and it's just like, wow, this is too good to be true, whether that be a romantic relationship or just a friendship, and you meet somebody and they're just the right person for you at the right time. And I've experienced many circumstances like that on and off throughout my life. But the problem is when I was experiencing those things, they either faded too quickly, and when they faded, I said to myself, I knew this was too good to be true. So if you've experienced something like that too, where something good happened, but it just lasted too short, or it faded away too quickly, and you thought to yourself, I knew this was too good to be true, this is why I say that all blessings and all goodness are specifically meant for you and I to enjoy. Because once we believe that and feel that in our heart, then we'll begin to see those good experiences increase, overlap, and last longer and happen more frequently. And one of the things that I did was, first of all, I wanted to define what too good to be true meant for me. I didn't know what a good life meant. I didn't even know that life was supposed to be good. I, for the longest time up until I was a young adult, thought that life was meant to be a struggle and life was meant to be something that you survived and fought for until the end. And then when you passed away and you finally died on your deathbed, you survived every hard thing that was thrown against you, beat up, bloody, and bruised and all. But I realized that that was causing me to experience a lot of suffering, a lot of frustration that I didn't want to withstand anymore. So I began to switch my perspective. Instead of life being something that you're supposed to survive all of its bruises and bumps, life is supposed to be a receiving of gifts, an opening up, and a changing of your perspective, so that you're actually enjoying it as a gift and as a free present to you for you to enjoy. So I began to notice every single good thing that happened in my life, whether it was something small or something big. I began to see it as my Creator giving that to me specifically for me, just to see a smile on my face, just to see me rejoice, just to see me enjoying that moment. Because we do those type of things for our kids or for our loved ones just to make them feel special, right? And that's the way the Creator really treats us. So the too good to be true lifestyle is really bursting with excitement about life, an overwhelming joy about life, so that we are not so much literally dancing and singing, but we feel like dancing, we feel like singing, and we feel like shouting from the rooftops how great life is for us. And this is how it's really supposed to be. And I just wanted to share one of the experiences that I had with you that really caused me to see that life was good for me. When I first moved to Columbus, the current city that I lived in, I had a 1989 Lincoln Town Car that was really on the fritz. It was a really horrible car. It was just not in good condition at all, and I really needed a new car. So as a graduation present, my mom actually bought me like a 1998 Honda Accord. A few months later, that Honda Accord actually had a transmission problem and that car went out. And so I traded that into a buy here, pay here for a 1988 Cadillac. And I really thought that Cadillac was something, because I like old school classic cars. So when I got the Cadillac, I was really excited about it. But guess what? 2 months later, electrical problem. And what was happening was every time I started it, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't even click, or the engine wouldn't turn or anything. I would have to ask somebody, complete strangers, to help jump me every time I wanted to start the car. So I was without a car. I was without money. And I owed Bowling Green University, where I just graduated from, $36,000, and they were sending me bills in the mail. I didn't know what I was going to do. So just within myself, just within my heart, in my prayers, my meditation, and my self-affirmations, I just said to myself, I really need transportation to get to and from work. I have a good job. I'm really thankful for that job. And I really would like my own transportation, reliable transportation. And I wrote it out. I even spoke it out loud. I would need reliable transportation, and I would like a new Honda. And that's all I really said, is I just wanted a new Honda, because Hondas are typically better on gas mileage and they last a longer time. So I just wanted a new Honda. So I just got the harebrained idea just to go to the dealership, go to the Honda dealership. It was a long shot. I didn't think that I would be approved. In fact, I thought that I was just going to go home disappointed, because that's what I was used to. I'm used to stepping out there and kind of testing the waters to see if something good's going to happen and then getting my hand smacked away. But I went to the dealership and gave them my paycheck stubs from working at the library and my paycheck stubs for substitute teaching for Southwestern City Schools, and I just gave it a try. And the dealer came back to me. He was so friendly. It was the friendliest car dealer I've ever met. They didn't pressure me to buy the car. He was being very, just very accommodating. And what he said to me really surprised me. He actually said that I was approved for a 2007 Honda Civic, and at the time it was 2010, so it was a newer Honda. And so after he said that, I'm thinking in my head, I'm almost expecting him to give me the bad news of how much it's going to cost, because the monthly payment is going to be something I couldn't afford. And in my head and in my heart, before I went in, I was just wanting to pay no more than $300 a month. $300 a month, including every single fee that they had, was all I could really afford. And what he wrote down on the paper for me was $275 a month. And then they also accepted my Cadillac as a down payment. So I was just pleasantly surprised. I was beaming. I was buzzing when I left that dealership with that car. And I just remember feeling how blessed and appreciative I was that this actually worked out. And I knew that it wasn't just luck. I knew that it was a gift from the universe. It was a gift from my Creator, because of the condition of my heart to just step out there and try to believe that something good might happen. Now, even though I was kind of hesitant still, I still just spoke out loud and wrote down what I felt like I needed for my life and just wanted to receive it. And one of the key things I did that kind of turned the switch that allowed me to be able to get that car that I needed was I didn't feel like that car was mine. I didn't feel selfish about the car. I said to myself that I was going to use this car to bless other people. If anybody needed a ride, if anybody I knew needed a ride, if I saw some stranger standing on the side of the street, if I looked friendly enough to them that they would trust me to get in my car, I would give them a ride. At one point, I let somebody even borrow my car. I pulled up to the parking lot. There was somebody I know that was about to get on the bus. I said, "Hey, where are you going?" Gave him the keys of my car. He just brought it back later. So I had a feeling of sharing my car, and that was one of the things that really opened up the ability for me to receive that as a blessing. So the key thing that I did along this whole process is start really accepting the good that the universe wanted to bless me with, because that's a lot of times we're our own worst enemy when it comes to receiving goodness and receiving blessings into our life that are meant for us to enjoy. Is we believe that it's not possible that good things are coming to us, and that even when good things are coming to us, that it's not going to last a long time, and you feel like it's too good to be true. We really have to set that feeling and that subconscious belief to the side, and we have to ask our higher selves why we do that. How do we usually respond when something negative happens, and how do we usually respond when something positive happens? And what I mean by your higher self is that animated part of you that allows you to know that you're alive and that you exist, and gives you a sense of purpose and gives you a sense of longing for knowing the meaning of life. That's your higher self. It's what's causing me to be able to talk to you right now, because if I didn't have a spirit, I would just be flesh and bones and organs right now. What's animating me and giving me life right now is my higher self, and that higher self connects us to our Creator, connects us to our source. So just ask your higher self, or pray to whoever you pray to, and just ask, how do I respond whenever something negative happens, and how do I respond whenever something good happens? And the key answer for me was, when something negative happens, I would get so distraught and so frustrated and so stressed out trying to figure out how to solve that problem and how to make sure that it never, ever, ever, ever happened again, because I didn't like going through pain. I'm very sensitive to pain. And then when something good happened, I was suspicious of the good, and even just said to myself, "Oh, don't get too excited about it, because pretty soon it's just going to fade away." And I realized that that was a problem. So what the universe said to me is I have to stop doing that. I have to switch that to a different mindset, though, so that when something bad happens, first of all, realize that that bad is only happening to create a good later on. So you have to accept the bad too, not accept it in a way and allowing it to defeat you, but accept it in a way and seeing its greater purpose and seeing that it's going to unfold to be a blessing to you in the long run. And when something good happens, stop being suspicious of it. Receive it and stop saying, well, I'm going to keep my eyes open and kind of see how it goes. No, really feel like the universe specifically designed that blessing for you just to see a smile on your face. And doing that will allow you to see more of these blessings and goodness unfold in your life. That's all for now. I just wanted to share that with you real quick. This video is going to be on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Life is Easy, Life is Good, and on our YouTube channel, Life is Easy, Life is Good. If you were inspired by this video, just comment, just let me know, give me a thumbs up, something along those lines, so that I just know you were inspired or liked the video. And we are working currently on a book entitled Life is Easy, Life is Good, and we're going to expound on every single thing that I've talked about in these videos in more detail, and how I went from being depressed and distraught about life to enjoying and being excited about life and loving my life. So I'm going to chronicle that journey and how that happened for me, and hopefully inspire you so that you can have a similar experience on your own spiritual journey. Thanks for watching. Peace.